Hello everyone, this is Food is a Conversation Alumni Edition, session 43. Very happy to welcome you here, and while my guest today is joining, let me introduce you these sessions. We are inviting the ecosystem members of the Future Food Institute who participated on any of the educational programs in the past 7 years. Let them be summer course or the digital or in-person bootcamp, or the Food Innovation Master Program I myself attended as well in 2018. These are very casual conversations. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Julia.
Hi. I just quickly finished the intro. So it's a very casual 30-minute conversation where you will hear about their story, how did they join the ecosystem, which program did they participated on, what were their main takeaways, and what are they busy with right now. Most of them actually stayed in the food industry or somehow doing a food and climate shaping project. And you will also hear about their local food system, what challenges they face, and how do they imagine their utopistic food future, what we all would like to live in. So if you have any questions, please feel free to post in the chat. We will make sure that we answer them. And also this session will be posted on our IGTV, so you will be able to watch it later along the other 42 sessions what we have had this year already. And now I think I did everything from my side. So without any further ado, let me hand over to Sarah Badran, who is dialing in from Lebanon. So Sarah, please tell us a bit about yourself and how did you end up on the digital bootcamp in July this year?
Okay, so first, I'm Sarah and I'm majoring in food science and management. As for how I discovered the digital bootcamp, there was this period where I was in discovering what I really want to pursue as a career or which master I want to go for. And with the pandemic and things going online, so I started to participate in the hackathons happening, in the webinars, in the workshops. And I discovered that I am interested in food innovation and food entrepreneurship. And I started to dig further into this until I discovered the food innovation master of the Future Food Institute. And I went on the website and I applied for the digital bootcamp. So it was by chance. And yeah, that's it.
Very good. So tell me, you mentioned a lot of hackathons you participated on. Please tell us about the different projects what you are involved in, because there are many. So also something what you have started already before the bootcamp, and also the things what keep you busy right now.
Okay, so I will start with a project I worked on with my team. So basically, during quarantine, there was this trend showing or happening in Lebanon, which is home farming and home planting, especially people from the city. So everyone around you was starting to home farm, to home plant. And personally, I didn't know people may be interested in this, or we had these assumptions of people in the city do not have time, do not have the enough knowledge, the know-how. However, all these assumptions were clear during quarantine since people started to do this. And that's how we took this idea as an opportunity to work on a project about vertical home farming, empowering the base households um, to encourage them to start home farming, Yeah, so we provided them with a simple house kit that's linked to their phone through an application. So we are giving them the know-how, while giving them a fun thing to do. Another thing is that during this time, there was also the economic crisis happening. So we focused on including high protein seeds in order to substitute to the meat consumption. So we tackle two main problems or two main situations in one solution. As for the second project I am working on right now is a water treatment during my training with the Water Innovation Lab. So basically, I will start from the beginning, how it started and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
so for the Water Innovation Lab, first, it is in the water sector. You may say it's not like directly linked to the agri-food sector, which is, yeah, which is like what I'm interested in. However, during my food microbiology class, I was introduced to a topic that there is no much awareness about it, which is antimicrobial resistance. And there was a study that like they showed us that we were exposed to during our class, which shows that MCR genes are detected in the Bikar region. Okay, so MCR genes are the genes are resistant to the last resort antibiotic, and having this gene available in the Bikar region, which is the region where we have the big agricultural lands, we have the Litani River, which was the most which was the river the water innovation program was focusing in. So I wanted to tackle this problem, since you are, as a consumer at the end, consuming these crops contaminated with these genes, and you are like building this resistance against the most resistant antibiotic. And yeah, so this is a major problem, and no one shed the light on it. However, I wanted to talk just like for an awareness point of view, but during the process of the training, I was exposed to another problem, and it is the one we worked on. So it is basically the a water treatment for olive mill wastewaters. So it is a problem. I didn't know about it. It is basically much worse than regular sewage water, and we don't know about it. Many people don't know about it. And yeah, so during our journey of working on this water treatment, we had also this like system thinking approach, which we also learned from the boot camp. So we didn't only focus on the water treatment as a solution. However, there's also the social aspect. Can we do awareness campaigns in the region in order to raise awareness, in order to put pressure on the olive mill owners? And that's how it started. And we were selected to go to the second phase. So right now we are working on our prototype, which is the water treatment, focusing on the social dimension of the project.
Sorry, would you repeat what is your solution?
Yeah, it is low cost, eco-friendly water treatment for the olive mill wastewater that can be implemented by the olive mill owners, and they can expect profit, since there's this mentality they don't go for a treatment if it is not if there is no return on their investment. So this is what we focused on. Okay, as for, do I continue on about the
Yes,
project?
please. It's so interesting. I don't want to stop you. Please share all this with our audience.
Okay, so right now I'm an ambassador also for TFF, and I'm working with my friends in order to like create.
Sorry, just to explain to the audience, that's Thought for Food, which is another future food ecosystem leading participants globally towards a better food future. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, so I applied to their ambassadorship program, and the main reason I applied, to be honest, is to have enough resources that can be implemented in Lebanon in order to empower the young generation in Lebanon in order to innovate in the agri-food sector. And because not everyone have maybe the privilege to go participate alone, or to have access to these resources. So why not bring them to Lebanon? And I reached out to my friends and started this like 1 month ago. And right now, just by sharing our membership form in our bio, we were able to have more than 20 members registered.
Oh, wow. Very good. Very good. Yes, I see that there is definitely a demand in Lebanon for these kind of programs and participating in, especially knowledge transfer platforms where you can learn and then implement it in your local context. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, because like in Lebanon, there's no much programs, like you said, especially for the young generation. There is maybe for professionals one. However, for the young generation, there's not much. So this is why we want to create this community of this local community that stand together to find solutions, to discuss the challenges, especially in Lebanon with everything happening around us. So I think it is a must to do.
Yes, definitely. So you also have another project which is not necessarily related to Lebanon. Do you want to tell us a bit more about the Good Food Collective?
Yeah, sure. So the Good Food Collective, uh, in simple words, represent the diversity of the Future Foods Institute. So I'm based in Beirut. Amanda is based in Jakarta, and Radhika is based in New Delhi. So you can see the diversity we have in the group. And it's a beautiful project since we are focusing on the food supply chain while focusing on chefs and not like regular consumers maybe. So yeah, and the beautiful part is like working with the team. I really learned so much things from Radhika, which is, it was the first time I'm exposed to a chef that is interested in food biodiversity, you know, including ingredients that are diverse, caring about sustainability, which is not really something we see in our daily life. And the things we had like real conversations about the challenges they face as chefs or as farmers, and the Good Food Collective really wants to have like want to provide a clear supply chain while giving this extra extra thing about food sustainability, food waste, and food biodiversity.
Very good. So in which stage is this project right now?
Okay, so right now we are in the prototyping phase, and okay, so we are in the prototyping phase. We presented during the first International Awareness Day for Food Waste. So we had like everything figured out for the solution and kind of for the business plan. And what we need right now is to to start the application, our prototype, and to get funding.
Okay, so everyone out there, if you would like to support the project, which will primarily start in India, right? And then
Yeah.
eventually the concept is replicable in other locations as well. But that's where you would have the infrastructure already available, right? To have the first batch. So yes, please reach out to Sarah. Her team members have been already interviewed, so check out the previous sessions on our IGTV. Chef Radhika and Amanda Niode from Indonesia. They all mentioned this project. So I'm always so happy to hear that this hackathon project is actually evolving further. And this brings me to the point, would you mind telling the audience a bit about what exactly can they expect from a digital bootcamp, what you attended, and what were your main takeaways?
Okay, so first, from the digital bootcamp, what's the most beautiful part about it is the diversity. It's how you see different people from different countries, from different cultures. However, they are all interested in securing food security or in like tackling food sustainability. So we can see like from all around the world, we are all like together creating this community that stand together for these values. So what you can expect from the digital bootcamp and what I took from it is you get like new skills that can be implemented in your daily life, in your personal life, in your professional life. We were exposed to different way of thinking, the system thinking, the to look at your ecosystem as a whole, and for sure you will get new skills. And like one of the skills I got from the Climate Super, how to involve your local community with this global community. So for sure it is an interesting experience.
Yeah. You also had to organize a local discovery during the boot camp. Can you please tell us about that project a bit? Because you were also part of that initiative in Lebanon, right?
Oh yeah, so my local discovery was for Food Blast, which is co-founded by Maya Tero. I had a connection with Maya Tiro since I used to volunteer with Food Blast 2 years ago. So going to Food Blast, like volunteering on Saturdays, was really something that touched me. Seeing like someone that is offering something to your community, like every Saturday there was like this lunch happening in Bush Hamoud, which is a region that really needs help, I can say. So seeing like this sort of people going and helping each other and people coming and we're serving them was really like an experience, the experience that like touched me, and I guess it touched a lot of volunteers. So that's why I really wanted to highlight this NGO since they are doing a great job in Lebanon.
Yeah. Would you mind telling the audience who would have not heard about Food Blast, what exactly do they do?
Okay, so Food Blast used before the pandemic, they used to offer they used to have like the, I don't know what they called, but on Saturdays people come and like you can have your meal. Like, it's like a restaurant, but it's for free. So this is what they used to do. However, right now with the pandemic, they are offering food boxes in their office, and like they are distributing them to people.
Very good. And they get the food as a donation, or are they rescuing food from somewhere where it would be otherwise wasted?
Yeah, so Food Blast, I'm not really sure about them right now, but they used to go and rescue food. So they have this like service, or when you have like a catering or you have like a big event and you have okay, Yara said it, soup kitchen, and you have extra food, instead of wasting it, they take them and like distribute them for people who do not have enough access to food. And like right now with the economic crisis and with the poverty line that is expected to go higher, it is important to shedding the light on such initiatives in Lebanon.
Yeah, definitely. So I have always a question, what I ask from all of our alumni who is featured on these sessions, and that's about the food future, what you imagine. And I always tell, please don't worry about any barriers, obstacles, what we might have right now. If they would be eliminated, how would your future look like in terms of the food system?
Okay, so that's a beautiful question. I wish we stop food hunger, because it's like it's your basic right to have access to food, and I would love to have like the food security achieved. And by food security is not only to have access to food, but also to have access to safe food, and like with safe underline, because we don't really know what's happening behind the scenes. We don't really know what's happening in the food industries. So this is like a major problem happening in our global situation, and it's important to shed a light on it. Maybe me and you, maybe we have some knowledge about it since we are in this field. However, people that are not maybe into this, they don't really know the importance of safe food. So yeah, as for the future, I really hope we have this food security achieved.
Yes, I think it's very important. And also, as you mentioned multiple times during the call, awareness needs to be raised, because it's not only necessarily the access, but even those who have access to food, what kind of food do they have access to? Do they have an understanding? What does it mean for their health? And if we think about eating is the most intimate form of consumption, because it enters your body. Everything what you consume will have an influence on your health. And yeah, so therefore I really hope that this can be changed. And I am very hopeful, especially seeing this year the Nobel Prize given to the World Food Program. I think it is recognized that this is a burning issue, what not only us who might have a bit of understanding, but others will need to Activerts, and everyone can vote with their fork. So let's hope we can reach out to many, many more people. And even if it's just tiny changes in their diet choices, it can contribute to a better good. Yes.
Yeah.
So Sarah, thank you so much for your time today and sharing all these inspiring projects you are working on. Power woman, I must say. I mean, how do you even have time for so many things? And for those who joined us a bit later, then don't worry, because you can watch from the beginning. As soon as we finish here, I will post it on IGTV. And if you would like to reach out to Sarah, now you see her profile and you can directly write her. And if you want to join one of her projects, or you want to funding for the other project, or if you just would like to ask her a few questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much. The next session is on Thursday. This time we are pushing it a tiny bit later in the day because we are currently having our second edition of Digital Bootcamp running, and the morning sessions are interfering with my live session schedule. So the next one will be on Thursday at 11:30 CET. With the head of our food alchemist lab in Bologna. So stay tuned and yeah, just binge watch the previous sessions. I think they are pretty good content. A good activity for lockdown, definitely.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Sarah. Have a nice day, evening. Yes. Bye.
Bye.